Hey, this is Traver Boehm with One Day Stronger. So all of 2016, I lived the entire year as if it were my last year alive. It was wild. I did everything from live in the woods for a month, volunteer in hospice, live in complete darkness for a month, and a myriad of other experiences. It was amazing. But before I left on my journey, I gave myself 12 guidelines to live by. I knew there would be times when I needed to lean up against something, or I needed something to give me encouragement. This is guideline number 2, stay present. But what does stay present mean? What does it mean? Right? We hear this stuff, live in the moment, be where you are, wherever you go, there you are. But what does it mean in your day-to-day experience? This is what I kept asking myself, okay, what does it mean to be present? And I think I figured it out. It's kind of like I had 3 rooms that I could live in. One room was the past. If I went and I opened that door and I walked into that room, I could be upset with things that happened. I could relive breakups. I could relive fights that I'd won. I could re-argue with people in the past. I could live in anything that had already happened to me and spend my mental energy and put myself in that situation. That was room 1. Room 3 was the future. I could be anxious about what's coming up for me, what's going to happen next year, what's going to happen in this experience, what's going to happen when I fly here. Or the opposite, I could live in fantasy about the future. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing when. I'll be so happy when. I'll feel so great when. And both of which, room 1, the past, and room 3, the future, neither of them were the present moment. So while I was in either of those rooms, I was missing what was happening right now. What was happening right now in room number 2 was my present experience. It was literally how I felt in this moment. It was the stimulus I was getting in this exact moment. Was I bored out of my mind? Was I in extraordinary pain? Was I in amazing joy? I was missing out on that actual experience by being in either room 1 or room 3. So being present was just being willing to sit, to say stop. Okay, where was I now? Oh, I was just in the past. Okay, I'm coming back here. Oh, where was I now? Oh, I was just in the future. Nope, coming back here. This is why the practice of meditation is so advantageous, because it teaches you to come back to that center point. But we don't need a meditation practice per se if you can just take a breath and go, okay, this is what's happening in the room I'm in. This is what's happening in the room I'm in inside. This is what's happening in the room I'm in up here. I'm just going to sit in this experience and be with it. It'll change. Everything always changes. But I'm going to notice those changes. I'm just going to breathe and literally not worry about the future and let go of the past at the same time and just be in the room that I'm in. Practice this. It's literally a daily practice. If at no other time in our lives than right now, distraction is king. How many times has your phone gone off while you've watched this video? How many other things have you thought about in the 5 minutes you've been watching? How long can you sit and hold your attention span on just one subject? Especially if that subject is internal, of what you're going through in the moment. How often do we feel something and then run to the past? Or feel something and run to fantasy in the future? As opposed to sitting in that actual experience and being with it. When I was in the woods over and over and over in the wilderness school, our instructors would say, be in the experience. If it's snowing on you, sit in the snow. Don't go to a beach somewhere else. If you're miserable, be miserable. Just sit in it. It's okay. This too will pass. But learn to be present. So practice this today. Anytime you find yourself distracted, just take a deep breath. And hold your attention. Practice it again, over and over and over. And see how you feel in the present moment. Just check in. How do I feel right now? Okay, beautiful. That's being present. And being present was my second guideline for the Year to Live project. Please subscribe to these videos below. And if you think what you're hearing would help someone, pass this information along. I'm going to ask you to help me help share what I learned all of last year, because I think it's really valuable. And I think it's really helpful. And again, I don't think there's ever been a time in human history when being present would be more advantageous for people. See you soon.